Is this for Mrs. Burgess? Or for me? Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being here this evening. I can't even begin to tell you how exciting it is to see you all. If I keep going on that string, I'll start crying already, so we don't want to do that. But we are so thrilled to have you here and to be getting our school opened up and letting the kids come back. We have missed you all so very much. So we just want to hit a few highlights tonight, remind you of a few things, let you know how things are going to go as the year goes by. And we want to start out with a few words from our pastor, who is...
Sorry, I was wondering.
That's okay.
It's good to see you all. And if you don't know me, my name is Pastor Dan Burgess. I'm the campus pastor here at Water of Life. And I do a few things around here. You'll see me almost every morning at the gate greeting you and saying hi and high-fiving. And then you'll see me usually at pickup time helping out with anything that might need to be helped out with. I also do a lot of the teaching. I teach 4 Key Concepts class, and if you have not taken the class or haven't heard about it, it's 4 Key Concepts. And it is a 4-session class that deals with the adult version of what the kids are learning on a yearly basis here at the school. So if you have any questions about, hey, what's going on, what are my kids bringing home, when it comes to the religious side of things, that's where I come in. All right, and the class is a lot of fun. So if you want to take the class, I offer them usually on Tuesday nights, 7 o'clock, Saturday mornings at 9 a.m., and Sunday mornings at 9:15 a.m. And right now, I have just started a 7 p.m. Tuesday class, and I'm finishing a Sunday morning class. So Saturdays are open for immediate use, and I can let you know if you're interested in the next other 2 days. I don't teach the 9:15 Sunday class because I'm preaching at that time. So I have one of my other teachers, they lead the class. But I also wanted to talk to you about the frustrations that we all feel right now. And I'm guessing you feel the same frustrations that I do. I have 3 children, 13, 11, and 6. And we're starting a new school year with decisions that have been made apart from us. And that is the most frustrating thing ever, isn't it? When you're being told from somebody else, this is the way you have to do things, this is the way you have to live. This is what you can and can't do, and if you're anything like me, you chafe under that. It's frustrating, and I do everything I can to not do what I'm told to. I'm terrible about that. But I look at what my kids are going through, and I try to make the best of the attitude that I have. And I try to make the best. The way I present things to my children has to be positive, upbeat, because they're going to remember this as either something that we took and made this great, or we took and we made it horrible. But a lot of it is on us, parents, which is not much fun. This year's theme that we've chosen at our school is, with God, all things are possible. I think that's really a fitting theme for what we're all facing this year. We're excited to open the school and to see what comes on Monday, the first day. But we don't know what Tuesday is going to bring, or Wednesday, or next week, or October. You know, we have no idea. And that, it makes it challenging, frustrating. But we know that in the end, God wins. God will make this work out for blessing and good. I don't know how. I'm not sure when. But I do know that His promise in the Bible is everything is good. He wins. I've read the last page. In the end, Jesus wins. And because Jesus wins, we win. We win. And when God is blessing something, like He is blessing the opening of our school and us even gathered here together to talk about this, we cannot fail. It's an impossibility. Because who's going to stand against God? Not some virus, not some political machinations. It's God who wins. Nothing can stand against him. With God, all things are possible. So, I know this year is going to be fantastic. It's going to be great. God's going to make it great. We're going to work to make it great. And it's going to be a wonderful year. Even if it looks a little bit different, it's still going to be wonderful. So, with God, all things are possible. Don't forget it. Don't let your children forget it either. When they're looking at us, they need to see that good example. So, let's begin with God's blessing on our school year this year. He's going to make it good. I know.
Thank you, Pastor. As the pastor said, it's our school year, it's our school, but it's going to look a little different. So that's kind of what we're going to talk about tonight. First thing that's going to look a little different is our staff. I don't even know if you can read those names up there. My setting up of a PowerPoint is not always the best. I'm not thinking how far away you really are. However, we had 4 TAs last year, and I'm sad to say, not one of them is returning. We had Mrs. Book moved to Michigan, Mrs. Collins moved to Indiana, Miss Manti moved to Arizona, and Miss Jenny decided it was in the best interest of her family if she stayed home with her family. So we were very sad to see all of those ladies leave. The good part is, our lead teachers and myself, we're still here. Lord willing, we're not going anywhere. So we know that we are going to carry on and continue. God has also blessed us with the personnel that we need to help us out. So, Mrs. Heinitz has a new TA. She's sitting in the back. Her name is Jessica Herrera. She did some subbing for us before things got shut down. She was doing a wonderfully awesome job, and we expected nothing less Anyway, she's going to do great. And I have a new TA. Let's see, Frankie was in my class. If any of you remember Frankie, it's Frankie's mom. That's going to be the TA with me in my room. So another thing that changed up a little bit is our enrollment is not what we had expected, not what it's been in the past, which is a little understandable. So we only have 1 4-year-old room this year. So Mrs. Heinitz is the 4-year-old teacher this year. I have the 3s. And then we were getting lots of phone calls for people looking for kindergarten. And knowing that Mrs. Burgess is wonderfully talented and adaptable and willing to do whatever we asked, she has become the 2nd kindergarten teacher. And about the time we decided to add a 2nd kindergarten room, the governor said, okay, but you're going to only have half as many kids as you normally have in a room. So another upside to that is those kindergartners are going to get some awesome education this year because we can only have 9 in each of those classrooms. So that's kind of how things are going to be set up. Now, another good point, I need to brag on our school for just a minute because our state inspector came just this afternoon. She had absolutely nothing but glowing things to say about us at our school. She said the gal before, it's a new person, I was just meeting for the first time. We even have such a good reputation that the gal that took her place, that she was taking the place of, had said, you don't have to worry about Water of Life. They are an awesome facility. They never have any deficiencies. Everything's great there. And we kept up that tradition today. So we were approved for another year of being open. We are told we can have our normal sized classrooms. We do not right now, so but we can stick to our 16 per classroom. We're hoping that we're starting out a little low and the year will do nothing but go up, that things will go forward. So the 4-year-old class as of today has 12. My room has 10 by October. We have some that are starting a little later, but it'll be a good start. It's okay. We'll get back into the routine and we'll get things going and everything's going to be just fine. All right, you know all of this stuff already. Most of you do, sorry. Forgetting about the new families that are here. But every month I send home a school newsletter. You have the first copy of that in your folder. That just lets you know general information about what's happening at school. Good things that are coming up, things that are going on. I am positive I'm going to be updating you about enrollment and how it's going up as the months go by. Normally it also lists all of our activities that are coming up. We can't do too many of those right now, but again, we're hopeful for the future that we'll be able to get those back into our schedule as the year goes by. Another way we communicate with everyone is through an online forum called Class Tag. We used it last year for the first time. It worked really well, so we will do that again. I'll be working at putting all of your email addresses in the correct classroom tomorrow. On that, I don't know if they will send you a new invitation for Class Tag because you switched classes. Be kind of watching for it. In case you do, click on it, accept it again. If you've never been part of it before, you will get an invitation and just say, yes, I want to be a part of this. And then the teachers will send home information digitally through Class Tag. So you'll be getting announcements and notifications that way, okay? All right, here's the biggest part that has changed. So I sent everyone the school handbook, the parent handbook, and the pandemic handbook addendum to let you know what we are doing to keep everyone safe and healthy this year at school. Another good point from this afternoon, the surveyor had a 2-page checklist of things that we need to do, things that we need to do differently because of the current situation. We were already doing them all. Yes. Sorry. But it was just really cool because I went, yep, do that, got that, done there, been there, done that, all that kind of good stuff. So we'll just walk it through a little bit. When you arrive in the morning, if you come between 7:50 and 8:15, do not come to the front door. Go to the gate of the playground. Miss Kelly has been designated guardian of the gate this year. She will have that gate, which is usually locked at all times, but for this year it will be open for that little space of time. And bring your child directly to the class's door off the playground. So it will be the last one because it's Mrs. Heinitz's class. So walk them all the way down. When they get to that door, Mrs. Heinitz will be there waiting for you. She will take your child's temperature. We'll have some hand sanitizer there. We'll make sure everybody's healthy, ready to go for a wonderful day at school. And, we knew it would get too crowded at the front door with everybody coming at basically the same time. And none of us as teachers wanted not to be able to see you, not to be able to greet the parents in the morning. And we thought this way, we can still, even if it's through the doorway, we can still say, good morning, how you doing? You can still say to us, my child might be a little extra crazy today or, whatever. It's a time for us to communicate directly. Taking temperature, letting them in the classroom, and then you would leave the same way out through the playground. We'll check them in, we'll check them out. We don't want multiple hands touching the computer or anything this year, so we'll do all the signing in and signing out. You don't have to do anything with the fingerprints at this point, okay? If you pick up at noon, come back the same way. Come to the playground gate, go down to the classroom, pick up your child at the classroom at noon. If you pick up in the afternoon, then come through the front door, but we ask that you take a look. If there's anyone else in the entryway, if there's another parent there, just wait out in the courtyard until they leave. We would like only one parent in the entryway at a time. And we're thinking that there's fewer people picking up at the end of the day, and that's a little more staggered. Not everybody gets there at exactly 4 o'clock. So, the time is staggered, there aren't as many, that should work out okay. As I'm telling all the parents and all the groups, this is all a work in progress, obviously. We're going to try it, see if it works. We may have to tweak it. Who knows what new directives will come tomorrow or the next day, and we may have to change it all anyway. So that's how it is for right now. Ever since March, we've been in close contact watching what the CDC, what the health department, what child care licensing says, making sure we're doing things as they need to be done. And obviously we'll continue to do that. So, yes ma'am.
Temperature when they come, if they have a temperature.
Didn't I say that? We take temperature? Yes, we'll take
What
it.
happens if they can't stay?
Okay. If your child's temperature is 100.4 or above, we will ask you to take your child home. And normally, we would ask that they be fever-free for 24 hours. With current conditions, it is now 48 hours. So we'll even send a little slip of paper home with you. If your child has to go home, letting you know exactly they can come back on this day at this time if they've been fever-free for 48 hours. Okay?
And then if they have someone arrive by 8:15.
I can't hear you with me.
If they haven't arrived by 8:15.
Okay, and then after 8:15, the gate is closed, and then just come to the front door. There should be fewer people dropping off at that time. So then come through the main door and sign in that way. And then Miss Kelly will escort your child down to the classroom. And when you pick up in the afternoon, I will be in the office. Just come on in. I will walk down to the classroom, pick up your child, bring them down the hallway to you. So you always just stay right there at the entryway. Let me see what I had on here. We had a staff meeting last week, and as I told my staff, we will be doing lots and lots of cleaning. If you have nothing else to do, get a wipe, clean something. Same thing with the children. Wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. So before anything, after anything, we'll be washing hands. Before anything, after anything, we'll be wiping stuff down. Our custodians have been working extra hard to make sure everything is clean, sanitized, disinfected. Toys too, you know, going through them all the time, making sure they're cleaned, sanitized, and disinfected. So we're you know, extra emphasis on that. We already had a good program for that, but we are making sure we are being extra vigilant with all of that. Forgetting anything else? I'm forgetting anything else from the pandemic handbook. Let me just turn my page once more. Okay, then comes the what ifs. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if someone gets sick? What if, you know, what if? I can't answer all those questions tonight, okay? I don't know. I do know I have people I can ask. So if a case of COVID is reported in a child or a family, again, I will go directly to the people I need to go to. The health department, child care licensing. I have to let them know when something happens. They will tell me what we need to do in that case. And I just ask, if your child is not feeling well, don't push it and bring them to school. In this type of situation where we are right now, please just keep them home. Let them have a day at home. Make sure they're feeling 100% before they come to school. And I promise you, if there's anything reported, I will let you know just as soon as I know, and I know what action we have to take. It may mean there will, you know, we're praying not, but it may mean there's a couple of days where we have to close a room or the school to make sure everything again is cleaned, sanitized, disinfected before your child can come back safely. You know, the bottom line obviously is that we just want everybody to stay safe and be healthy. Okay, I'm done with that for now. Let's move on to other stuff. School t-shirts are again available. The order blanks are in your folders. Unfortunately, the price has gone up since last year, but it's still a really good deal. They're available for kids and adults if any of the moms and dads want some too, so take a look. Those orders can be placed anytime. You can turn them into any teacher or to Miss Kelly if you'd like a t-shirt. We will have our pizza days yet, so the order for that is also in the folder if you'd like to do that. You can pay for all the pizza days at once, $40 for the whole year. We will get the pizzas. We will, you know, there's nothing different that we have to do because we always wear gloves when we serve food. You know, we know that the pizza coming in is safe. It's been prepared in an approved kitchen. And whether your child is here half days or full days, they can take part in the pizza days. It's brought in and served at 11:30. It's one of the few special things we can still do this year, so we wanted to do that. If your child is staying all day, they do need to bring something for the cots. Unlike other years, we will send the bedding home every day. It has to go back and forth every day. We have to disinfect the cots every day after they're used. So, you know, it's kind of one of those, but that's how it has to be for right now. So, just so you know that that's what's happening. And please make sure the bedding is in its own bag. And I just left that on there because I wish we were having some of those school events this year. It's just a good reminder of all the fun stuff we usually do, and we're hoping maybe by the end of the year we'll still get to do some of those things. But for right now, we can't have the large gatherings. We can't do the pastries with parents and pajama jam and all that fun stuff. But again, we'll keep those in mind as the year goes by. We're hoping we'll still be able to do that. If Kelly hasn't found you yet, or you need to talk to her, she's available tonight if there's paperwork that you need to turn in yet. We are going to use the keypad next to the front door. If you've been here last year, your number should still be the same. If you're new, you need to get the number to use the keypad. It's an easy keypad to wipe off with disinfectant wipes, so we are going to use that. So you'll be able to get in the entryway normally through that. And my last one is just a reminder again of what Pastor was talking about. Our theme for the year, with God all things are possible. We know that. We've seen that. It's in action right now. And we know that's just going to continue. He's going to watch over us, take care of us, help us have a terrific year. Do you have any questions for me before I turn it over to Mrs. Heinitz? She's got a couple of things she'd like to talk to you about. Oh, good, thanks. Now, if you do, please come talk to me. You know I'm always available, and I'm always ready to answer your questions. Tonight, tomorrow, Monday, anytime as the year goes by, please come to me with your questions and concerns. Okay? Thank you so much.
Oh, it's so good to see everyone tonight. It feels like so long since I've gotten to be in the class with kids. Yay, I love seeing all of you. Mrs. Herrera and I are really excited to work with your kids this year. I just have a few little things. It's also on a sheet in your folder, so if you want to look at it later, you can, that I wanted to share with you. Let's see, in the morning, Mrs. Marquardt talked about bringing them to the back door. Just kind of a reminder, you don't want them running around on the playground right before they get their temperature taken, so, you know, kind of keep them with you. I do like to start kind of getting them settled down and towards our first circle time at 8:25 to 8:30. So if you can be here by 8:25, it's great. You can come as early as 10:08. It's a nice time for them to get warmed into the day, just kind of play a little bit, be with their friends, and then get ready to go. So it's a lot harder if we're all sitting and then somebody comes in at 8:30 or 8:35. I know it happens sometimes and that's fine, but if you can, it would be really great. Let's see. I send folders home once a week. So you will see these in their backpacks on Fridays. I put a few things in there for you. There will be a newsletter, which I will also email to you. There's our Bible lesson for the week, so you can read it through, do it with your child. I also put a little bit of, I guess I call it homework in there. It's really not much of anything, and it's entirely up to you and your family whether or not you want to do it. It's just there as a resource for you. At the beginning of the year, it's usually just a coloring sheet from our Bible lesson. As we get in farther, we might have a page with letters that they trace or numbers that they trace. We also do a letter of the week, and you'll find a little book with just little poems and songs. So if you want to use that as a resource, you can. If you find they're not into it, that's okay too. It's entirely up to you. If they do it and you want to put it back in the folder, I'll put stickers on them for them. If they do it, they say, hang it up on the fridge, Mom. That's great too. However you want to work that. If you can empty it and then just send the folders back on Monday, that way every Friday you'll have all the new information for that week. Let's see. We also do, I call it sharing, it's kind of like show and tell. That's on Thursdays and Fridays. The kids who are here every day will be doing theirs on Thursdays. The kids who come Monday, Wednesday, Friday will do it on Fridays. I will have in the newsletter, and I'll let you know, it's usually something like, if we're working with L this week, bring something that starts with L. And that's kind of a good way for us to just talk about the letter and the sounds. So, let's see. All right, bring water bottles with their name on it. If they happen to forget, we'll have disposable water bottles for them to use for the day. We do journals through the year too. It's just, they draw on it and then they tell me, what did you draw? Or tell me a sentence about it. And throughout the year, they get more detailed. Towards the end of the year, we work hard at having them start thinking about some of the letter sounds and seeing what they can write to. So it's kind of a fun way at the end of the year to go, here, this is what we did this year this way in drawing and writing. Keep in mind, we're going to be active and moving around, so make sure they're comfy in comfy clothes. And birthday treats, if you like to. Our policy is now they need to be store-bought and individually wrapped. So like, you know, like wrapped Rice Krispie treats or something like that. We do have some peanut allergies, so please no nuts or anything like that. And I can't think of anything else. I really am excited to see all of you and all of you kids. We're going to have so much fun this year. It's going to be awesome. So please always, though, come to me with questions or whatever's going on. It really helps. And I will, you know, we'll be good partners. I'll do the same thing. So does anyone have any questions? I love talking in front of kids. You know, in front of adults makes me so nervous.
Okay, we will let you head on over to school now. The doors are open. This is, for a while at least, probably your only chance to go into the classroom. So feel free to go in with your child, find their cubby, drop off their school supplies. If you brought them along tonight, we just ask that you don't congregate in the classroom for too long. Move on through, and we'll see you then on Monday. I'll hang out here if you have anything else you need to talk to me about. Miss Kelly's around if you need to talk to her, and Mrs. Heinitz will head on over to the classroom with you. So again, thanks so much for being here tonight. It's awesome to see you all. God bless.